Greetings, witches. I'm going to do a little video on some intention setting and spell work for the new moon that was last night. I did do this last night, but I didn't record it. So I'm going to redo it a bit today to give you some ideas on how to work with the new moon energy. So this new moon is the first new moon in Aries, which is the first sign. So if you go with the zodiac, the new moon in Aries is kind of the new year of the astrology calendar, because it is the new moon is a new beginning. It's a new beginning in the first astrological sign. So what I did is I just took a little scrap of paper, and because the new moon in the first sign in the astrological new year, it's a good time to have a cosmic reset button. It's about initiating new projects, intentions, and passions. It's about fast-paced change, creating something new, set intentions, being assertive, the fire energy. New beginnings, new ventures, new seeds. Planting new seeds is a big one. So what I did is I took a scrap of paper and I wrote down what I wanted to release, because you can't start something new without releasing something old, right? That's the World card followed by the Fool card, the last card of the tarot and the first card of the tarot. So what I wanted to release, I wrote it down, and it was just having to work all day, every day at the job I'm at. There's nothing wrong with the job I'm at. I just don't feel like it's for me anymore, which is why this was the perfect card today in our daily card reading, walking away from what's no longer relevant. It's not the job. The job's been good to me. I just don't feel like I belong there anymore, and that it's time for a new beginning. So that was relevant to my ceremony last night. So I wrote down what I want to release. Another one is the persecution and judgment I've received in the past from doing this work. And if you know me, you know what I've been through. So I just wrote it down like this, folded it up, and burnt it. Then I took a new paper and I wrote down what I want to create, the new beginning I want. The new beginning I want is to live a spiritual life, more connected to nature, and not be tied to working 9 to 5 to make ends meet. So I want abundance and free time and spiritual life connected to nature. So I folded that up. I wanted to plant it like planting a new seed, but it is April in northern Canada for me, so the ground is still frozen and there's still snow on the ground despite it being the middle of April. So what I did is I took this pot and I folded up my paper really tiny and I put it under the soil. And I've started all my gardening indoors because that's what we do here. So in my front window of my house, I have all my herbs and some veggies, tomatoes, and things like that started in the window. So I took one of my basils and I took one of my rosemaries, which are good for manifestation. They're good for abundance. Rosemary's pretty tiny. They're just little buds. And I planted them in this pot on top of the seeds I want to plant for the first new moon of the astrological year. And yeah, I'm just going to sit this in the window. And then when the ground thaws, I'll probably transplant it with my note and all into the garden. So I have this pretty plant, this pot. I think it's nice. So I've had for a while now, about a month, this on my altar when I'm doing my daily card readings. If you're wondering what that's about, this was an abundance spell I did. It's in my videos on TikTok and YouTube, not on Instagram. It was too long for Instagram. If you're wondering what that is and how to do an abundance spell, got some stones and some rice and some wax in there, some oils, some herbs. Yeah, if you want to know what that's about, then go check out my video on YouTube or Instagram about an abundance spell. And that's what I did to bring in the new moon. Have a great day, witches.